Hi, hello. This is Dr. Muthu Vemula, Assistant Professor, Department of Education, Mizoram University. Today we are going to discuss about national policies on education. One is National Policy Education 1968. Second one, National Policy on Education 1986. Third one, New Education Policy 2020. After independence, the problems of educational reconstructions was reviewed by several commissions and committees to promote education amongst Indian population. Based on the reports and recommendations of these commissions and committees, the national policy of education were formulated from time to time and implemented. These policies consider education at all levels, particularly elementary level, in both rural and urban India, as it is was major concern of the country. National Policy of Education 1968. The first NEP was based on the recommendation of the Education Commission 1964 and 1966 Kothari Commission. It was promulgated in 1968 and required radical restriction and equalizing educational opportunities in order to achieve the national integration and greater cultural and economic development. The policy set the path of educational development and aimed at fulfilling the goals of compulsory education for all children up to the age of 14, as stipulated by the Constitution of India, and the better training and qualifications of teachers, the basic tenets of the policy included free and compulsory education, making serious effort to provide free and compulsory education for all children up to the age of 14. Here we can see up to the age of 14 we need to be provide the free and compulsory education, and to reduce the prevailing and wastage and stagnation in schools, as well as to ensure that every child who is enrolled in school successfully complete prescribed course. Even today we have, as per new education policy 2020, even today we have 2 crore children outside the school. That is one of the aim to enroll all of them into the school by 2030. Second one is status and emoluments and education of the teachers. According to teachers, an honor place in society and protecting their academic freedom, ensuring adequate and satisfactory emoluments and satisfactory services conditions, and emphasizing the teacher education, particularly in service teacher education. Third one is development of the language. The development of regional language to implement effectively the three language formula at the secondary stage. Equalization of education opportunity, equalizing education opportunities to promote the social cohesion and national integration by correcting the regional imbalances, by admitting students on the basis of merit in all schools like public schools, and by the protecting interest of the socially deprived sections. The fifth one, spread of literacy and adult education. See here we can providing the continuing education for functional literacy among employees in commercial and industrial establishments. Such linkage is necessary to make technical and vocational education at secondary stage effectively terminal. The sixth one is the production of the books. Producing high quality books for the children, low cost textbook for school and universities. Seventh one is game and sports, developing games and sports. Seventh one is game and sports, developing games and sports at large scale with the objective of improving the physical fitness and sportsmanship of the student. Eighth one is part-time education and correspondence courses, developing the part-time education and correspondence course of the same status of full-time courses on a large scale of university and the school student, teachers, workers, and education in the country was dictated by this policy for almost 2 decades. And here we can observe this policy is characterized by the emphasis on the national integration and 10 core elements of the curriculum. National system of education is visualized here as based on the national curricular framework, which contains a common core along with other components that are flexible. All educational programs were proposed to be carried out in strict and conformity with secular values. To promote the equality, it was necessary to provide for equal opportunity for all, not only in excess but also in the condition of the success. Besides, awareness of the inherent equality of all was expected to be created through the core curriculum. The purpose was to remove and prejudices and complexes transmitted through environment and the accident of birth. National Policy of Education NEP 1986. This policy is characterized by emphasis on the national integration and 10 core elements of curriculum. National system of education is realized here as based on national curricular framework which contains a common core along with other components that are flexible. The Common Core includes the history of Indian freedom movement, the constitutional obligations, and other content essential to nurture the national identity. The salient features of this policy include common education structure and national curriculum framework with 10 common core elements and equal educational opportunities for all. And here, promotion of the adult education. Fifth one is use of the scientific and technical development of the education. Sixth one, operation blackboard of UE, universal elementary education, and minimum levels of education, peace setting, Navodaya Vidyalayas, and vocationalization of the education, and raising the status of the teachers, creating awareness about the social, economic, cultural, and environmental issues, accountability in education. These policies provided a strong base for UE and many of the programs which were of nation importance. The policy was further modification in 1992 to reset the higher goals to achieve.